Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and Merry Christmas. Today is the 24th, so happy holidays to everyone. Anyways, we got the 32 pill done, so I'm going to go through it real quick, um, and do the final video on it and get it uploaded here with you guys. But we got everything taken care of. We got our 5/8 core transformers that we used on the 32 pill, um, our large wagon wheels back here for the input, because we did break it down into 4 pill sections instead of 8 pill sections. Um, which that's the way I'm used to building, so that's the reason why we stayed that direction on that. So we've got the input tuned out, output tuned. I wanted to say thank you to Chad Jolly from Donkey Stomper Amps, who supplied me with my low capacitor here for my pass-through tune. He did recommend that for me here on a couple of the big amps that he's seen. So moving forward on any of the large ones, I think that's what I'm going to actually start doing is putting a small cap here as far as on the pass through, in case somebody decides to want to run an amplifier through the amplifier without actually having it on. So um, definitely good as far as a good idea for that. We've got our copper strapping here, you know, that we used for our grounding. And I went ahead and bridged it together also with a piece of copper braid in the middle, since I didn't have a wide enough piece to suit me. But anyways, we get the grounding taken care of. I know the customer wanted a couple of bolt lugs for the main power on the output. I tried, I tried actually making a little piece here as far as with the connector and stuff, and trying to get everything turned and twisted just right. It just really wasn't going to be an option between the physical thickness of the connector that I was going to need. Let me see if I can grab one here real quick while we're talking, and I'll show you what I'm referring to. So, all right. So basically, you're looking at using a couple of big lugs like this and trying to fit those in there with the connectors. And once you get everything hydraulically crimped and soldered, it makes everything very rigid for another inch, inch and a half down. I'm not saying that it can't be flexed, but you know, we're very limited. And you're looking at, it would have taken a couple of hours to actually potentially make that happen. So instead of fighting with everything here, we just went ahead and went with the traditional way, which is going ahead and running our main powers out. So we put three grommets in here, split half of it to go out our our cord grips here in the back, and then bring it around. So the wire we used was a silicon wire, so should never have to worry about that at all ever. Real high quality wire. But we've got three input or three 8 gauge on each 8 pill sections. We've got our heavy duty tuner here. We've got a couple of uh, doorknobs back here to go ahead and give us the voltage and a little extra oomph, so that our tube's not taking all the brunt of it. So anytime we can keep them a little more stable, that's the reason why I like using tuning caps. I had to run a pair of these in parallel in order to go ahead and come up with the extra capacitance I needed on the input. So, pretty good there. I've got about 4 kV on the input, and roughly about 15 kV on the output. So, should be able to handle about anything that he wants. Went ahead and put in 1/4 inch jack here for the keying circuit. That way, if he wants to do a foot pedal, he can run a foot pedal off of it, or unplug the foot pedal, and it'll automatically go through the keying circuit itself. So, great little setup here, easy to work with. So we got that taken care of for him. Obviously a standard on-off switch on the front, I've got a little pad way over here that I created so that we can go ahead and hook the fans up. That way we can keep all the wires pulled off to the one side. Um, and I put a few little filter caps on there as well to go ahead and try to keep some RF from getting into the fans, since there is going to be quite a bit inside the cabinet itself. So in the grand scheme of things, we also used our heavy duty capacitors here on the outputs. I've been uh, very happy with the ceramite caps. Usually you never have a problem with them, but just wanted to kind of overbuild it is what it amounts to. So we've got that all taken care of. We're going to be using a 4-pill, just a straight 4-pill base that we're going to be using for a driver. So get the power supply turned on here. All right. Flip another switch here. All right, so let me show you how much drive we're going to be putting into this. Like I said, it is going to be just a straight 4-pill driver, so nothing, overly dramatic. All right, so we got our 5-watt slug in reverse going back to the 5,000 watt bird dummy load, 10,000 watt slug in peak, and a 5,000 in average. And let's see, the driver's on, the big box is off. Audio. So I know that doesn't look like a whole lot on the meter when you're looking at a 10,000 watt scale. So we're going to be looking at the bottom scale. Audio. So we got about 800 peak and about 350 bird. Audio. 350, 400 roughly. So we are going to be using the 2879Cs. I'm not going to be trying to overdrive this by no means, but we've got enough drive in it to get some pretty decent numbers. So here we go. Let's look at our dead key. All right, so about 500 watts on the dead key. Audio. It's just a little over 6,000 on the peak. Audio. And right at 3,000 on the RMS. Audio. All right, so pretty happy with the numbers. Output reflect looks really good. Audio. So it does go up to about 4 watts, which is not too terribly bad. And then audio. And about 2 watts reflect on the input. So real good numbers all the way around. But alrighty, guys. So like I said, just wanted to kind of go through there with you on this. Like I said, just do a quick little video for the end of the year. I did have to change out the input here, did have to change out the output. I needed just a fraction more inductance than what I had. And then as you can see here, we spread that across, to go ahead and reduce the amount of it. Because like I said, I just needed just a fraction more. Same thing here. I've actually got a small tap that we put in here is where I needed just a little bit more. So I had to play with that a little bit to get the input down to where I was happy. We don't have anything that's hot across the board. Everything's nice and cool, across the touch here. So, like I said, I think he's going to be real happy. Oh, and instead of the 80 amp relays, like a lot of guys use, this one by Nadalian is 120 amp. So, we're not going to have to worry about that ever. Usually you don't, even with the 80 amp. And I actually, instead of bridging it down here like I normally do, I actually made a couple of solder points up here and one across the top of it with my shorting bar. And the reason why is it actually worked out better, and I had to put less capacitance on the circuit itself with this large relay to get the input down like I really wanted it to be. So let me see if we can get this off of here on the back, and I'll show you what the pass-through looks like. Wow, I've got that tight. That's what you want anyways. You want a nice snug fit on your PL259s when you tighten them up. So let's go ahead and undo this. We'll grab our meter, and then I'll grab the small little dummy load that I used. It's a little 50 ohm by Telewave. Works great, especially for doing stuff like this. So let me set that off to the side. Reach across here. So I've already got all the fans mounted. The only thing that's left on the box is I got to put the in and out on the back. I've already got the labels ready to go, but I figured there's no need in messing with any of that until I was ready to pull it out and remove it. So, all right, so let's take a look at some numbers here. So, 1.0 with a 53 ohm, that is pretty good, especially considering how large the relay is and stuff. Usually about 1.2, 1.3 is usually where those hit. But like I said, where I moved that shorting bar up to the top, I took out of a lot of extra inductance. So that's what we were wanting. But like I said, overall, pretty pleased with everything. So, alrighty, guys. I won't tie you up too long. Like I said, just wanted to make a quick video so we can get this done. I want to get the top on it and be able to call the customer. I'll probably wait until after Christmas, and then he'll make a decision. He'll probably come down this weekend because he lives within driving distance. So he'll probably come down this weekend and pick this up, and then we can move on to our next project. So, all right, everybody, I appreciate it. Like I said, thank you again. It's been a great year, all things considered, as busy as what it's been for me. But everybody have a happy happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, have a blessed holiday, a thankful Christmas, and we will catch you guys on the next video. Take care, everybody.